Thanks for dropping in to another segment of my Motovlog helmet build. I'm going to continue where I left off with the Freecom 2X, going into my Bell Qualifier DLX helmet. I'm no expert here, but I'm going to take a stab at installing this Cardo system. You get to watch me wing it through the process. I started out by removing all the padding from inside the helmet, but I took all the pads out and I removed the visor. So in most installations, you always want to install the Cardo unit on the left side. So I'll start with the speakers. Comes with a couple foam sticky pads. Got some speaker pockets here. So we'll just peel the backings of these, get these in place. Hopefully the speaker pockets will line up with my ears pretty well. I can adjust them later if I need to. Just kind of make sure that's down in there good. And then the same for the other side. And these are just Velcro pads that'll hold your JBL speakers in place. Try to get that in there nice and tight. Snug down. So the speakers come with, one's a short wire, one's a long wire. So you're going to want to make sure you install your short speaker wire on the side of the helmet where you're going to put your Cardo unit. So I'll start with getting this stuck in here. This is the short wire. So kind of lay these in the speaker pockets, into the Velcro, kind of firmly push them down. And then your longer one is going to run over, and that'll go on the other side of your helmet. Right now I'm not hiding any of these wires currently. Getting them set up in here. I'm going to flip the speaker upside down so the wires go up here on this one. For the longer side. So I'm going to leave this side out that I need to connect to my Cardo unit. And I'm just going to take a small piece of black tape and kind of stick that to the roof of the helmet that runs over, just to kind of keep it in place. Kind of take that cord, stick it up there in the center in the top of the helmet. I think I'm going to put my headliner back in, kind of disclose that wire, and that's kind of up, off, and out of the way. Again, leaving my center cord hanging out here for my speakers. Everything else will kind of be buried up in the headliner. On the Freecom 2X, that speaker wire also acts as your FM antenna. So if you are going to use the radio, then it'd be beneficial to kind of run it through the top, maybe better reception. Snaps back in. With 4 snaps that hold the headliner in here. If you want, you can tuck that wire back behind as well. It's a pretty thin wire, so I don't think you'll have any issue. The next step, kind of want to figure out where I want to put the microphone. I'm actually going to use the button microphone instead of the boom microphone. I want it slightly tucked behind the cheek pad. And since I'm going to be using this for a Motovlog helmet and it's a pretty short cord, I'll probably run my other microphone on this side. So I'll also put this on the same side over here. And I kind of want to go just in front of the cheek pad and not too far into the front of the helmet, kind of off to the side. So I'm going to peel the backing on this. And I'm going to kind of roughly place it where I need it. Kind of gives you a little bit of room. But as I mentioned, I'm kind of going just ahead of this mount. The cheek pad kind of ends right in here. So this should give me plenty of opportunity to kind of adjust it based on audio quality while I'm using it. So just kind of get that down in there nice and firm. Not sure how good of a view you're going to get here with this helmet and this camera setup. Now I'll be able to take this button mic, kind of roughly put it into position where I think she'll need to be. And then this wire will just get hidden as well behind the cheek pad. So the next step is to get the cheek pads back in. Put the cheek pad back in on this side. Get it started in the right place there. And then these pads have some Velcro, and then they have two snaps to each one. Get that snap lined up. Snap that one in. So that side's back in. Speakers behind the cover there. Now for this side, I want to kind of keep the speaker wired down below the strap for the microphone, which will plug in. Then I'm winging it here. My first time with a comms unit. And then I need to just get the other. So I'll tuck these inside right now. And we'll figure out how we route them wires after I get the other cheek pad back in. Make sure I get her in behind there. And then she just pops it. So right now I have these two wires here that I could bring out. One for the microphone, one for this one. I can kind of tuck them in behind. So I won't snap this cheek pad down yet. I'm going to leave this one open. So right now the JBL speakers are in there. Next step is to kind of figure out how you want to mount your Cardo unit. I'm going to go with the sticky mount, as I think it'll give it a more flush look, control the wires a little better. So for this, since I'm going to stick it to the side of the helmet, I'm going to use one of these alcohol prep wipes off that side of the helmet. Give it kind of a good clean, rough area where you think you're going to put it. Now for me, I know I'm going to tuck my wires in back here into the helmet. Still like the unit a little up closer. So kind of want to center it here. And I think I'm kind of going to go right in this general area here. Kind of line it up center with the helmet. And then I can deal with routing the wires back to this unit. What I'm going to do to make sure this gets a nice clean adhesion, I'm actually going to take my wife's nice fancy purple blow dryer here. I'm going to kind of heat this up. don't want to get it too warm, but sometimes heating up the adhesive will help it stick better. Some people would use a heat gun. Kind of warm it up a little bit, peel that backing off, and then kind of make sure you, first shot, get her where you want it, how you want it lined up. I'm going to go about right there, and then just make sure you stick her down good. So as you can see, my unit will kind of sit like that. Let this adhesive get down nice and tight. Currently, I'm going to take these wires and I'm just going to tuck them in through back here for my Cardo unit. Connect my speakers. And then I'll connect my microphone. Then I'll just take these wires, kind of tuck them all in behind my cheek pad here. There's some Velcro there. Kind of push them down into the bottom of my cheek pad. Kind of hide all them speakers, extra microphone wires behind the padding. So that'll be where that sits. I'll snap my cheek pads back in, see if they're stubborn like the last ones. And everything is hidden down in the helmet, so there's no wire sticking out. Everything's tucked in behind everything. That's where I can get the cleanest with my wires. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the basic installation. You could try to tuck these wires in through here and hide them a little better. I have seen some people take a punch and punch a hole through there at the seam, bring the wires in. I may do that at a later time for a cleaner look. But now I can just snap my Cardo unit on there. And that's my first quick installation of my Cardo unit on my Bell Qualifier DLX helmet. Should be pretty good placement for my hand to reach. Kind of centered with my helmet, not too far forward, not too far back. Thanks for watching. Keep the rubber side down.